Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. Today we're working on our Betwist game, a word game, and we're going to work on iPad support. All right, I did a little looking around and remembered, oh yeah, there are variables, environment variables that can give you the size class of the screen, and they come in either compact or regular. So this is not the best article for that. This is their documentation, which, okay. Somebody has pictures to show you, like a normal phone like this is considered compact horizontally. Okay. And if I have an iPad, it's considered regular both directions. And I think the bigger phones might be compact or might be regular in both directions as well. So I think with that we can do what we need to do. I had my somewhere in this disaster of an office. I had an example. Okay. Landscape mode. Yeah. Okay. So the new game's a little different. So let's start our list here. Word 2426, iPad support. Okay, and content view is going to be the home. Now, what I have in mind that's a little different. Well, okay, so what I think I'd like to do is, I guess I could say if this is, well, I think if we're compact horizontally, then we're like this, and we have to do it more or less like this. If we're regular, I think what we could do is, well, I don't know. What I'm thinking, I keep thinking in terms of landscape or not landscape. If we were in landscape mode, I would want to put this over top of this, then this. I don't know where these go. And then I think the whole found words list, if I'm doing it horizontally, landscape-ish. And then I think this list will be more of, I think this list will be a pop-up that shows when you click show me or whatever we're going to put here in the long run. All right. Now I think that would work for iPad in regular mode. Let me get an iPad up here. We did the big one. Okay, so let's do a run. Now iPad is so big, I don't know what the right thing is. Well, I think one thing we could do, at least on iPad, is put that grid in a frame and limit its size to, something under 5 by 5. Or is it good with 5 by 5 now? I don't. The bigger one is not, if I recall correctly. Okay, are you starting? Or are you? Well, I just crashed Xcode. Okay. No? Oh, put it somewhere I didn't expect. Okay. He is launching. Okay, attaching. All right. Oh, well, this is okay, other than the fact that this is ugly. Okay. So even this massive iPad. Okay. But I think this would look better Well, that could almost be bigger. But I think moving the score up and found words up and sliding this to the bottom maybe, or towards the bottom, maybe not all the way. They have this little, I think this is the equivalent of the home button, right? The iPad can show multiple windows. Yeah. I'll make sure multitasking is disabled. Okay, well, let's see what we got to do for that. Presumably that's on here somewhere. Okay, iPhone, iPad. Now, that's not a build setting, is it a... Oh, I don't know what I've done. Is that this? No? Okay. Common iOS ones. Well, how about some that are specific? Okay. Well, let's do a quick side trip here. Disable require full screen. Okay. Okay. In general settings. Oh, there it is. Okay. Or, just go back. Okay. iPad orientation. So if we get this right, we can remove this restriction. All right. But in terms of, well, the 4 alternatives, or 8 now. Okay, so we've got an iPad screen or an iPhone screen. I think this is adequate for that. Not amazing, but adequate. If I twisted it to the side, let me do that a couple more times. Okay, because I have those turned off. So, but I would think I could fit this and then this. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at find. I think it was a hacking with Swift. Yeah, I think it was this one. Nope. It's one of the ones I go to a lot. Well, this one might have had good pictures. No. I hate signing into these things. Mastering sign. Oh, this is the one I was thinking of. Okay. So iPads are considered regular width, regular height. iPhone is considered compact width and compact height. Okay, so if it's compact height, then we have a particular we have a particular layout to use. If it's regular height, well, I guess I can't tell the difference with iPad with these things. I mean, there is an orientation thing somewhere. I'm doing what they call too many things at once. Okay. my comic book of views that only I look at. Display characteristics. I would have thought orientation was in there. You have horizontal size class, vertical size class. All right. So, compact width, I think we have to do the view we have now. Compact height, we need another view. I think I'm going to have to go ask iPad for orientation if I want to do what I want, though. And maybe that's all that I'm going by. Yeah, but like I can't tell. I'd have to dig out their attribute values and decide one was bigger or not bigger, right? It's well. Now maybe the view. Okay, let's. All right, let me figure out how to get orientation. I think that's if it's not an environment variable, where do you find it? I know I had to monitor it. Well, that's not so useful. I thought there would be, but I mean, I've got the list of all of them, and I don't see anything that sounds like that. Well, let's search for that then. Okay, Swift UI environment variable for orientation. Okay, well, here's somebody's version of this. Oh, I'll go to Paul's. UI device orientation? That does not sound like Swift UI. That sounds like old school. On rotate. UI device orientation. Yeah, this should not. I'm pretty sure there's a better way. Really? Ugh. I mean, I don't understand why it's not an environment variable just like the other one, you know? It seems like a very natural question. Okay, there's the headline. The view modifier Apple forgot. Okay, he's got a... Yeah. Well, that's one way to do it. Well, that might be an easy way. Well, I guess the other way would be define a layout that works in either orientation on the iPad, which maybe is not too bad. And then I think I just have to do a compact height or regular height. So maybe there's 3 variations we need. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we have that geometry reader already going, right? Isn't that up at the top here? We had to do it at the top level. Am I misremembering? No, there it is. Okay. Well, that might be doable then. Geometry.size.width. Okay. Yeah, we can figure it out. Okay. So maybe I have 3 views. I think these 3 on top, that's really the landscape ones. For compact height, Well, okay, I'm all over the place. I think you're right. The geometry reader will tell us is the way to find out which one we're in, at least on iPad. If we have regular width and regular height, there's no distinction that helps us. If we have regular height and compact width, we definitely want the one we have now. If we have compact height, regardless of whether it's compact width or regular width, well, no, maybe this one should be like it is now, or, this one might have room to put the list of words you guessed up there, or your answers over on the right. Okay. Well, okay. So I guess if I know it's compact height, all right, and the problem is this one, the board is so big, it pushes this stuff down. So regular height, I think I want this stuff up here for regular height. And maybe that's the first thing to do. If it's compact height, we put them like this. If it's regular height, we stick it all on top. Okay, that sounds like a thing we can use. They still use the UI device to get current orientation. Okay, yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I would have thought put this in an environment variable, let me monitor on changed if I want to set. I don't even need to do that. I can just say if the variable is is landscape, do this. If it's vertical, do that. Okay, so regardless of this guy, well, I think if I allowed it, it would look, yeah, it might not look bad. Okay, let me turn those on so we can actually use them. Okay, and I never understood caring about upside down, but we'll allow it for now and see if it just works. Okay. Cool. Status bar style. Hide during application launch. Oh, that I turned that on. Okay, I don't know if you noticed that. Let me go back to this and run again. So I clicked hide status bar during launch, so it still has the safe area stuff blocked off, but it doesn't show stuff, I think. Okay. All right. So in content view, and I don't know the best way to do this. I mean, I think I've got some of it. Well, show maker view. Okay, that's totally separate. That's fine. Answer in progress view. Okay, I think I can make this an H stack. Now it's harmless. All right, now I'm going to turn on score view. Well, this thing. And I'm going to say if the vertical, no, I'm going to say if it's regular height. Then show this. And maybe we need to encapsulate it more or whatever, but, and then we need the environment variable. Okay, I put that here. And then I guess I'm saying if vertical class is compact, put it down here. Okay, let's see that. I don't know, a good way to bounce. Theoretically, nothing should change on this one. Okay. Did I have that backwards? If the vertical size class is compact, no. If it's regular, no, this one's compact. It's regular. Is he considered regular? I'm just gonna take a. Let me. He's compact. I don't know why he's. Okay, I guess I just have to continue and let him finish the job. Okay, well, that's no good. Let's put him back. Okay, I think that's normal. But he's off. What am I doing? He is. Oh, this is vertical size class. No wonder I'm getting confused. Well, no, that's compact height. Right? Is compact, you moved to the right side. Okay, I thought if it's regular, I'm putting it to the right of the progress view. But all right, let me run the iPad and see if we're making something better somewhere. Vertical size class. I think if it's compact height. Oh. Okay, this could be spaced out and improved and whatever, but that at least seems plausible-ish to what I was saying. And I don't know, a new game doesn't look the best there. I think these guys should probably be. Well, the thing is, the message is there, so. But maybe they should be spread out more. Okay. And then this, well, if I put a spacer between them, let's try that first. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing this the best possible way. Okay, but if the vertical size class is regular, yeah, that's too much. So I got to put spacers on both sides. I think I can do that. And I don't know, maybe preview would work for this. Rather than bounce in between these all the time. Did I put a preview? Yeah. Okay, well, let that go. All right, that's kind of reasonable. These two things. It maybe would look better up to the top, and this could be bigger in the iPad case. Trying to do some review on the left to keep the input centered. Yeah. Okay, now let's see what happens when we rotate. Now, that's, well, this part's no good, but and now he appears to be in the back. Spacers around the message view. Yeah. I almost think, okay, let's, this, I really think the button should be over here somewhere. Let me do that. But this is kind of a, I feel like I have a kind of losing game here of making some sort of spaghetti, if this, if that situation. I mean, maybe I'd be better off. I don't know, maybe I should just have a high level thing that tells me which combination I'm trying for. I don't mind getting these things trying to figure out how they go to look right, because I'm not totally clear on my desire for this. I think there's multiple good possibilities. Okay, well, if I took ignoring the buttons and the message, which is really off, flow, I don't know, flowed, flow. Okay, that's the most tolerable so far. Okay. Um. Yeah, let's look at this thing next. Okay, where are my rotate buttons? These guys. So I think spacer here. Yeah, I mean there's kind of too much going on like this. If it was just the message, I would be okay. So that's telling me something. And same thing with these buttons. I mean, if they were rotate buttons with this and this, that would probably be enough. Maybe we have to know the orientation. -90. Rotate left, rotate right. Well, we could give it a Boolean parameter that told it what to do, and then there, keep them connected. Yeah. Okay. Let me get the message done first. Okay. Spacer, text, spacer, button. I think that's going to be more what I want. Oh, should have tried the preview thing. Oh well. This guy seems a little slower to kick off. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, that's too much, but I can give them padding. Is it like left and then 20? Okay, let's try this. Oh, what's my error? Is it leading and trailing me? Okay, I guess I'll keep looking here. Okay, so a little padding there. The message should still be centered. Again, on iPad, I think it could be bigger. This could be bigger. This could be bigger. This is okay-ish. A little bigger wouldn't hurt. New game on the side, I think, is definitely an improvement. Found words, I don't even know. Should they fit up there too? Okay, he's still thinking. And then I guess I can run this while that's doing that. Why is this showing up over here? Vertical size class is not... He should be... Oh no, that's vertical. It's... He's still compact. Okay, I'll get there. Did I close that one? No. Okay, that's it. His vertical size class. No, wait. It could well be regular. No. I'm still confused. Failed to build. Build succeeded. Compact height is for landscape mode. Okay, so I'm screwing myself up with this. Vertical, compact width. This is why I need to break these into separate domains. And every place, okay, that tells us, yeah. I think what that tells us is kind of what you were saying. You know, if we had all these things as little one-liner components, then, you know, the multiple views would be a lot easier to keep track of. I mean, this is a lot. Okay, well, that's something. That does not look right to me, but it's something. Why is he only... Oh, I've only got 2x2 grid. Okay, yeah, all right. These should be attached to this for sure. All right. Compact height is landscape mode. Yes. And I think to this, that is compact height, right? Why am I not seeing... I don't know. Let's do what I do know, which is these things can be improved. That's great. Maker view. That's what I want. Okay. Spacer. Answer in progress view with all this stuff. Height 500. What is that doing? Where's... Now, these are probably hurting me in iPad. What's the height doing? Oh, progress. Okay, yeah, you're right. I probably have. Between vertical or horizontal and compact or regular, like there's 4 possibilities, and I think I'm continually confusing them. Okay, so height 500 comes into the progress stuff. Oh, this is the... Yeah, and this motion, I don't know. Does it look right on here? Now I got to find a word. TOLE. Well, it certainly doesn't behind. Why is he behind? His z-index is 10, which everybody else is like 1 or 2, I think. If they mention anything. Most of them are the default. Okay. Right. So, okay. So selecting these things out. This one's fine. This one's a little awkward. He needs to know the game. He needs to know the progress. He needs to know the height based on the way we're doing it. Why he's... Let me play with his z-index out here. 10. Okay, now can I do something? Well, okay. He's still... Let's make this 1,000. A, B, D, Y. Well, right. We're only trying to move the one thing. Yeah, yeah. Um oh, is each one independent? Okay. Let's try Z index 5. But like even if I say this thing has an index of 5, I mean, that should be more than 1. I mean, these others should default. Let's see what I put Z indexes. Z index 5. Okay. Z index 10. Well, that's clearly wrong. In project. Did I not do this right? Okay, I guess he hasn't caught up. Yeah, but like if the whole thing with the H stack has I mean, this whole view has priority 5, the default is priority 1. This should still, even if it's well, does it still work over here? Maybe is a question. Okay. Rame. Okay. Wham came. Oh, he's messed up here. Change the Z index to the H stack too. Yeah, he has an index. And I don't think it would be terrible if this thing, I don't know. It makes more sense to go to this. Okay. Well, you may not. I hate doing this, but like, I don't know what's going on if it's only finding 1 when we know we have 2. There it is. Okay. Yeah, everybody else is the default. All right, let's make sure I'm default is 0 or 1. Z index on Swift UI. Default is 0, yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm puzzled why a Z index, or well, it worked before, right? So yeah, I can be explicit on the grid. Okay, so now he's 1.
Yeah, I didn't know if you'd gotten your son's measurement.
Okay. I guess I ran it, which I think is probably safer because I'm not sure everything is quite simulated right. But okay, what do we got? BATE. Yeah, he's still behind. Yeah, I don't know if I can. Well, I'm going to move this out. -1, okay. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Now, I don't think it's terrible there. What else we got? Oh. Did I just lose? Oh, there it is. LOANED. That's not terrible to me. I mean, I want it doing something. And if it's heading to the middle of the grid, that's pretty reasonable. Okay, so all right, so we've solved one thing. Okay, yeah, let's start extracting some more. Or, I mean, that's kind of acceptable. I could give it the method as a method, as an argument, rather than giving it a closure as an argument. But it's kind of okay. Score view button. I mean, this is like a So he would need game to do that. Okay. Well, let's make a. Well, let's extract this. Well, extract subview. New game button. Okay, where do you put him on the bottom? Cannot find game in scope. Okay. He's got to be a binding var game because we're setting him. Come on, do your job. Maybe that's in the way. What? No, he's just slow. Okay, now we'll try a refactor. Oh. One more time. Okay, I will do it myself. Yeah. I'll take it. Okay. Now, I think the stacking is probably right. You still have to give the extracted card. Yeah, unfortunately, we do have to give these arguments. Game, I mean, 2, 3, maybe 4 arguments is kind of okay, but you start getting much more. Like, this is getting annoying. He's got game, progress, height, and the closure that has collect word in him. I mean, we could turn that into a function argument, but it would still be a fourth argument. Now, that height, right? That's kind of that's a arbitrary. And maybe that should be come from somewhere else. But I think let's get them down to no worse than this, and then we can kind of reassemble them. And I think the H-stacks and all that are not inherent. So the score view, that block there is sort of inherently the structure of it to me. I don't think it makes sense to break the pieces apart. But deciding whether this button goes above or below or whatever, I think is fine. So, yeah, I think some of them will make sense to have their own H stacks, and some of them that will be rearranged in the board, it makes sense to not. Okay, now this is a rotate button, and I think I can genericize him. Now the padding, that feels like an external thing. So let's try extracting my view. Extract subview, and this is a okay. And now this rotate button, gotta find angle. He needs game. Okay. And he needs to know whether he's clockwise or not. Okay, so what's angle? Oh, that's the animation. Okay, so angle's up here. Yes. I think that would make sense to have game as environment. Okay. All right, let's get this button though. Okay, so I want him to say clockwise false. And then I think he's just going to have the angle. He's just got to have the ability to set that angle because of the animation. Now, could he own the angle? Maybe he could. Who uses angle? Oh no, the board uses angle. Or the infinite grid, right? Yeah. He's okay, so angle does have to be up in here to make sense. All right. think that's true. And then game. Let's do that. That's the on change. That's the whole thing. And just do that. Or environment object. What is game? I think I just say environment. Okay. Clockwise would be better than is clockwise. Expected declaration in content. Okay, like one thing at a time. Okay. This is game. Okay, yeah. Let's. All right. Oh, environment object is the one that passes it down. Is that right? I'm not sure what you do now with Swift UI. Okay, here he's declared this, but this was an observable object. I don't think. Yeah, should conform to an observable. Yeah, I think you're right. The rotation buttons and the grid in a group component. Yeah, that probably could be. This is my problem now. Can an environment be used with a plain struct? I think the answer is no. Injection is performed on a Swift view hierarchy to odd view only. Declare a variable for your struct. For object, environment object. Oh, throw it in an instance. Okay. I think there's still how to share data between views. I mean, environment object is great. It's an interesting approach to global kind of thing. It's not a global, but you're saying, here's a context. Everybody beneath me should have access to this, but only the ones that want it have to request it, and then they get it. So it's sort of partway to a global, but pure globals mean everybody touches everything. This would restrict it somewhat. Passing data to Swift UI views. I think this is probably old. Yeah, I mean, I can, for data you want any view to access. Well, let's try it and see if they've made it. Well, expected declaration environment object. But game is a binding. I don't. Should be dollar game. I think I'm on the wrong end of the stick on this one. Is that gonna put anything in there? No. Yeah, I think maybe we have to pass that because of the way it's managed. I'm not saying you couldn't define an object to do it. Okay, but I'm feeling stuck. I want to get moving. Okay, so if you give me the, are you clockwise? What's your angle? What's your game? All right. Now the caller. Angle. What's your game? Okay. And then this one should be like this, but true. And then let's get this down there so we can see what has to be true. Okay, I grabbed too much. I shouldn't have grabbed this. All right, but I'm just pasting this down here so we can see it. Let's put this back up. Because that decision is part of the total view, the overall view. Okay. Well, this, maybe we could, yeah. Okay, let's add a function, mutating function rotate, and then clockwise a bool. I'm not going to worry about the twister for the moment. Oops. Yeah. Okay, and everybody has to, clockwise is right, otherwise it's left. Figure out, let the compiler tell us who's not with us. Clockwise is to the right, so it's, you're following the direction of the clock. Okay, so left is clockwise false. Oh no. Yeah. expressions are not allowed at the top level. I don't know what that means here. Oh, that's just junk I've got lying around. Okay. So now I need to know. Okay, this is just clockwise. Okay, so we're either rotating 90 right or 90 left. Rotate is now clockwise. Angle is 0. Okay, and this is... Well, I know I can do better on all this stuff. Clockwise, rotate right. Otherwise, rotate left. Okay, that stuff comes out. Okay. Oops, quote. I guess I'm not sure if my hand signals are helping. I guess if the clock's behind me, I don't know if you see it reversed or not because everything gets messed up between all the video stuff. Okay, I think that's going to be legitimate. Let me run tests. And I'll extract it into the class or into the separate file. Isn't it funny? I have so much trouble with this, but if I'm in here and I ask for a new file from clipboard, he's right on it. Okay. Right, and let's run. Now we're on the iPad. Okay. So we extracted rotate button and new game button. I'll sort these. Now they should do the right way. Okay, good. Good. Okay, let's check that in. Okay. Answer progress. Score views. Okay, new game button. Rotate button. This could be a message view. And he just needs the message. All right, so let's see that frame. The frame maybe should go outside. Well, I don't even need game. I think what I want is message. I'm not changing it. Everything about it is about the message. Okay. And then the caller can pass in game.message. Okay. No, even after I said that, I didn't do it. Okay, these constants aren't making me happy. Okay, infinite grid, I guess, is okay. The rotation angle's got to be up at this level, so I think that's fine. These two. Score view. Oh, new game. This should be new game button again. Okay. All right. Answer details view. I think answers view. He's the short answers, right? Yeah. I think he's an answer preview. Or answers preview. Answers summary view, maybe. Okay. I wondered if he was going to complain about that. All right. And we'll just, I don't think it should affect anything, but okay. So we Yeah, I like what you're thinking there. Make it part of infinite view. They are a little funny because they've got to have access to that angle. But like you're saying, maybe that view is right. And okay, yeah, let's look at that content view. Okay, so we're gonna make this. I'm not sure what to do with the message. We may have to fool around a little um, in our vertical mode. It will push things down too much, I think. But we can move it across to the other. We can give it an offset or something, I think. Okay, so this we'll need one spacer. And I'm going to make a thing out of it, and then we'll extract the thing. I guess we already learned we should do that. Okay. Now this. He needs, well, I'll give him game and angle for now. He'll need the method. Yeah, he'll need the width. Okay, yeah, he needs a bunch of stuff, but okay, so because he does affect the game, we need we'll need the angle for now. Handle selection. I think that's a function up here, right? Yeah. Given a location. I think it's like that. And width. Cell size. No, it's not. We'll pull that in once I get things building again. Cell size maybe can just be part of that. I don't think anybody else references it. Oh, come on. I don't know what triggers it to start losing its mind on this spacing thing. The editor setting is on. Oh, there it goes. I don't know. Okay, trailing white space violation. I think this is old messages. Okay, let's pull this out. Okay, now, I guess if it builds, it's fine. It doesn't. Okay. No? Okay. All right, now let's get this one. Infinite Grid doesn't care, but rotate button does. Okay, so he still needs the angle passed in, but we can restrict the scope into this. So angle here comes out and goes into rotating grid view. And that comes out. Okay, so those two must modify the angle, and then we apply it here. Okay. I think that's an improvement. It's not as... Yeah, I don't know. I think there's some effect from the animations that kind of works to destroy your views a little bit. Because if you're coordinating animation between two objects, the object above them has to know that value and then pass it around to the two children, and then they're dealing with as something that they don't really care about. Now I don't think there's a way we can get it out of here, because the job of rotate left is to change that angle. Well, his real job is to rotate the board, and we're doing the angle stuff with it. I mean, we could pull that up. Outside the button, maybe, but that doesn't, I don't know, that doesn't really make sense either. Okay, now, let's see, I don't think, we haven't checked that in like this. Let's make sure this still runs. Oops, he doesn't need angle anymore, which helps. Okay, now I'm just running. Okay, yeah, you can see we pushed down even more. Meets. Okay, he is above the rotate button. I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that animation's okay. Just kind of going into the grid. Maybe. All right. The real thing is to do something wrong. Yeah. So that does not look good there. I think the buttons could use a little more padding above themselves too. On the bottom. I think I'll give him 20 there. Okay. Rotating grid view. Yeah, maybe this should go inside. Rotate button. If it's just kind of its own need for breathing room. Did that format? I think these two should indent. Okay, we'll run that. I was going to move the message down. Just so, whoops. Oh, yeah, one's leading, one's trailing. Can't do that. All right. Let's just give him 15 all around. Or maybe 16. I think they like to do fours. And there might be other ways to display the message too. You know, you could pop it over top of the board or something. I think that's all right. He looks a little big here. Yeah. I think I will just do the bottom. $12. And I think that bottom padding could go even lower. That one looks right to me. The edges look okay. I don't know, maybe that it's 12 instead of 8, so maybe that's all it is. But be a little better. Is it doing anything? Let's make sure. Now, I'm starting to think maybe previews all over the place would be better. If the preview stuff worked faster than the game startup, I would use it a lot, and it would definitely be worthwhile to have preview in there. Well, that's 4, or whatever the default. I think that's okay. Maybe I'll do 6. And I think the size around it is probably generic enough. It's okay. But where I start setting fonts and stuff, yeah, we'll see if the 6 works, but maybe the 8 should be. Yeah, I think that looks good. That looks about the same to me. I don't know, for what it's worth, but let's take it. Wait a minute, that can't be right. Didn't I guess that was there before. Maybe I checked in. Okay. All right, and that message. Well, he should certainly be a bigger font on the iPad. But let's try giving him an offset. And I never know whether it's positive or negative. Follow the James Blend's rule. You analyze until you're sure you know what it is, and then try it and throw in the extra factor if you need it. All right. Good. Okay, we're due for a break. Let's take our break. We'll come back. And I think we were to the point where every object that we're viewing, or every view, is a single thing, and the stuff that's between them and all that is coming from our decision about what the overall layout is, and we'll address the overall layouts next. See you in 3 or 4 minutes. All right, welcome back. So we could create separate views for iPad and iPhone. I think there's 3 views we need. It might be 4. One is, well, our initial one is that regular height, bottom left, a regular height compact with, I guess the bottom 2 left ones. That's our default starting view. I mean, it's a little bit screwed up at this point, but that's the view we began with. I think the iPad vertical view needs to be a little different than the iPad landscape view. And I think the other landscape views, they might or might not fit with that. That I'm not sure about. Okay, so I think our big thing is, well, I'm not sure how to describe these combinations, but one of them is that compact with regular height. Yeah, that combination only happens for the phones in portrait mode. Yeah, I definitely want it. That's definitely a prime thing I want, is I want to have either a switch statement or several if statements, and then 4 variations under them, and we'll give each one a label and make it its own thing if we can. They all want to share some stuff, but maybe that's just the way of it. There's going to be some stuff that just shares. Okay, so the description, I got to give these a name, right? So this is landscape. And this is portrait. But the iPhone portrait, I think, like found words down here, I almost think found words could fit over here too. This should all be bigger. He gets half the grid. He could definitely be bigger. Move this up there. Now I don't think that's going to be feasible. That doesn't work for this mode because this thing is by itself is so big. There's no room for that up there. So that's clearly kind of messy. So I think I have to distinguish regular width, compact width, and portrait mode. Okay, so if it's portrait mode and compact, it's these guys. If it's portrait and that. Okay, so we can. All right, now what's the best way to go here? Well, maybe the views could live in the same function. I mean, 4 functions. Geometry Reader has to surround everything. Okay. Now, I think the way we are now, we look far better on here, although that's a little disconcerting. Than we do here. So somehow I'm triggering that. All right, but this case we have here, I would say, well, I don't think this is done, but it's the closest thing to being the maybe it's regular portrait mode. Okay, so let's try extracting this. And I think game mode new, that stuff can be in there. This depends on the view. Okay, so let's see how far back this goes. Geometry. Okay, so I kind of want this to here. And I'm going to extract a method. And this is regular portrait view. Okay. Now we're going to end up with a heck of a file because we're going to do this 4 times. All right. And he needs geometry. I don't think there's a way to escape that. Okay. So, this is regular height and compact width. It's regular height and portrait. Regular height is vertical size class, which I think I already brought into the environment. Yes. Okay. And is portrait, well, I can, let's switch vertical size class. Am I doing the right one? Regular height. Yeah. Vertical size class. And I don't know, is portrait and orientation of geometry. In this case, regular and portrait. We're going to do this. And default, I'll just say text not yet for now. All right, now orientation of geometry is a helper. And I think I'll put him here. Yeah, maybe I'll move him down. I'd kind of rather read top down. All right, so file private orientation of geometry. I don't even know what that is. Oh, come on. Maybe it's just geometry. Proxy. Let's see if that complains. Sure. Yields. Okay, now, well, yeah. I'll go to my documentation for that. I think there's already constants for this interface orientation. Oh. Nope, I'm going to make my own. Okay. So this thing will return an orientation. And we want to say geometry.size.width. If your width is greater than your height, then you're in portrait landscape. Thank you. Okay. Now, are you happy? Vertical size class. Why are you not? Vertical size class. Consecutives expected back after switch. Oh, I probably have to make a pair out of it. Okay. Now we're running on the iPad. And this view should look right. And rotating it, it should say not yet. And this should be the same, and this should be not yet. And we're back. Okay. Not perfect view-wise, but it's doing the right thing. Okay. Now, let's take the next one. If this were rotated, see, even okay, let's define our iPad landscape. Yeah. Well, I don't know that it's exactly platform is the thing, because some of the bigger iPhones, they tell you they're in regular mode. Um, I don't think it wasn't this article, but some other article I ran across said, I forget if it's the 16s or maybe the 15 pluses, the big ones or the max ones or whatever they're called, that they're basically the size of the mini iPads, I think, or almost. And so they claim to be in regular mode too, regular width, I should say. So they will act just like this. And I think for them, the same deal can kind of apply. All right, landscape view. I'm going to pass geometry. I think I'm supposed to space it more like this. Okay, and then we'll take this. And this is regular landscape view. Okay. Now this one, okay, we'll keep it for now. I guess we'll clean up later. This one we'll clean up. All right. So for this one, what I want, I basically want this stack of this, and this. I don't think the landscape is going to have enough room for it to put the list of words. I don't think I need to know that I'm running on an iPad. I just need to know that I'm running on a screen big enough to be regular. I think, well, it may be that I can't distinguish them, because if I don't have room, well, these iPads, they're a bit more square than the phones, right? So when I rotate, like if I rotate this as it is, I have a very skinny column for found words, and I think the column for this stuff is about right, So I don't know that I have room to put the whole list of found words on the side. And if I don't, then these two are going to be the same, because I don't think I have enough room on this one either, in rotated mode. So I think he's supposed to be off min of width and height, and I don't think we've done that very well either. Okay. Yeah, we could look for aspect ratios and stuff, but I think I'll first get this iPad one done, and then if it doesn't have room for it, it doesn't matter. These phones will definitely not have room on the, I guess it's these phones won't have room for it. Okay. Maybe that's not true, because the width, I'm using the shorter dimension to decide the size of the grid, supposedly. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, so let's try and restack this stuff. I don't want the spacer. Well, okay. I don't think there's harm to have him. I don't know if I can put this in my top level. Let's just do that. Okay, so am I on the portrait? I want the other one. Okay, landscape. I got a spacer. I'm going to have the answer in progress view. That he should be centered, yes. Okay, so this is a V stack. I guess I need an H stack over the whole thing. Okay, so let's take that out for now. The whole thing has to be an H stack instead of a V stack. I don't need a return because I'm not defining any variables. I don't know if I got that in the right place. Okay, so one thing is this vertical stack of the answer in progress view. Size is regular is true. Okay. I don't know where the message view goes. I guess he maybe goes above this. Above the score view. And then the V stack, the rotating view. Now this one is not there. I guess we can try him like that. No, what's with complaints? Is that? Is that? Oh, I was okay. All right, let's see this one. So regular landscape. Oh, why did it not commit? Now that one should be unbroken. What do we got here? Well, that leaves something to be desired. Why are you? Okay. Now I thought our rotating grid view. Did I? We have a V stack with that and that. Why is so much space there now? And why aren't they taking the whole width of the group, the view? Okay, this is my cheap aid to helping find these kind of problems. Now I should put a spacer at the bottom of that V stack. Nope. This V stack. I have a spacer. Okay, that's the answer in progress view. So that VStack has that, a message, an HStack, and a spacer. So all this stuff should have been pushed way up. Is this just the text on that? There's no way it's longer than that. I'm very puzzled. I would have thought the space it had would take it as far as it needed. Now I think it's not as attractive. Those buttons, I like the feeling that the thing goes across the whole width or height of the board, and it doesn't. And I almost think these buttons should maybe be over to the side in this view. I don't know. That would make some trickiness. That says bring them together was maybe a mistake if I'm going to do that, but who knew? All right, so I'm putting a green box around that. Let's put some boxes around some of these others. Now, I don't know why. Oh, yeah, I don't have a spacer here at the top. So why is this thing not hugging the top? I don't know. Is this right? Well, that's used for our progress thing. That's something else. Okay. And maybe we can make that constant. Maybe that can come from geometry, but message view, score view. Okay, I'm going to put a border on this one. And then on the whole thing. Okay. Well, okay, I have a theory. Oh, okay. My theory is puzzled. I thought maybe this thing, because like when you do the view layout, a view is told. Let's see, it's 3 steps, right? So it's told what the parent. It's consulted. How big do you want to be? The parent takes that into account, and then the parent tells them, here's how much I gave you, and then they take whatever they want. And I wonder if it's doing that. I mean, this orientation is bizarre. Like, why is this extra space? What's it doing here? Okay, that may be this. It's not the spacer. Okay, here's the red box. Notice I can't, as far as I know, it's gone. Here's the orange, and that's totally weird. H stack. Okay, maybe he should be a V stack at this point. Maybe I gotta reverse some V's and H's. Border pink. I guess I would call that red, but okay. What's this? Like, nobody's taking that space? Is there a fold? You have to have a keystroke. Can I do that? Fold. Okay. So it's an H stack. Oh, the summary view is coming into it. Let's take. Well, this alignment top might help. Here. But I don't need a stack if I've only got one thing in there. Okay, but answer summary view now is part of the H stack. I think I want him inside here. At least for the moment. Initializer is unused. Why? Oh, he's not needed because I'm aligning, I guess. Okay. And let's give this a border because we didn't see him before. Blue. Really? Whoops. Oh wait, did I lose a... Wait a minute. The end of my H stack is... The end of my V stack is... Wait a minute. The whole thing's an H stack. Then on the left I have a V stack. This should be outside that. All right, there should be a V stack of two things. Sorry, an H stack of two things. One of them is a V stack. The other is the grid view. Okay, then the V stack has the answer view, the message view, the score view, the button, and the answer summary view. And the Z index, I think this line is out of place. Now my answer slidey thing is going to be weird. Sorry. I don't understand the space there. Yeah, I don't. We'll see, I guess, if this is any more clear. The answer view was screwing it up, though, for sure. So that was part of it. Yeah, still screwing it up. Okay, I think the mystery is because this thing is bigger than the space it has, which is why I'm testing with this big one. I think his effect is that's his maximum, but because we've got such a big view on this iPad, it's getting spaced away. Okay, so I think if it had come out looking like that, we would just be saying, why is the rotate button screwed up and nothing else? Moving the grid view out might solve that. Okay, now this looks fine. That's a start. This stuff is skinny, so I think I've got a, well, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe he's just big enough to be a problem. 3, 4, and so it's 4 plus. But maybe well, I'm not live view or whatever they call it. Let's try physical size. No. I mean, maybe that's 13 inches. Yeah, I think it's not starting centered. I'm not 100% sure, but or maybe that is the problem. I don't know. I would have thought, well, I can't even get it there. I mean, here's 3 diagonally, right? So this eye should be the middle of the whole board. Where is he? He's down here. I would have said he should be up here. Well, I wonder. I mean, portrait mode's... Yeah, portrait mode's happy. I mean, he's happy in lots of ways, right? I mean, this seems better placed. Yeah, true. I mean, the size of the board is supposed to be the minimum of the width and the height. This is half, 1, 2, 3, and another half. So 4, 5 in one row, I think. Okay. Well, I guess I'm puzzled, but I also wonder if there's some interaction here. This is why I wonder if taking these off and putting them to the side might have this fitting in better. I really don't want to show this stuff. Maybe I should turn that off. Why is it a problem in portrait but not, or okay in portrait but not okay here? Okay, I'm going to focus on this side first. This is landscape view. Okay, so I have a V stack. In pink, and he seemed, barring this, he seems to be right now. I mean, let's add some words and see if anything changes. It's a retread. Okay. Once we get up to 3 words, then we're not having any extras. Okay, so that's as big as that'll get. But what's directly above it with the orange border is a V stack of these things. Well, I don't think they need to be a V stack. Oh, let's make something wrong. We're just too short. Okay. I think that's probably the right placement for that. The size leaves something to be desired. Okay. Let's try this. Yeah, we've gone from portrait mode on the phone only working to only portrait mode on the iPad working too. All right. Why is this button? Does he do something to make it hard? He's just a button. That is totally bizarre to me. What is your problem? New game button. Okay, we'll try score view too. Um, well, did I pick poorly with green? Huh? You can't hardly tell. Why is score view indigo is not showing up at all? I don't think you have to have a score to do it. No. So something with score view, maybe we don't need this offset. And I don't think we need this here. Let's take a peek at score view. He's a vertical stack. That's fine. He can be that. Where did he go? Okay, so we're seeing... Oh, let's do the message view. Whoa, that went away too now. Okay, so he does need some frame. I don't know why this width... Okay, this button is too weird though. Max width infinity? That's on the text. I don't really want him as wide as the screen though. Okay, I am super puzzled. Okay. The answer in progress view appears to me to be okay. He has a height of 500. Message view has a height of 250. I don't see why I should have to give these guys heights, right? They should have a natural height. Okay, I guess I'm gonna do one of these. Let's trim. Let's see if our preview will do it. Height 500 for progress. Yes. I think it matches. I may be wrong. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, you're right. You're right. That's a confusing name, isn't it? And does answers in progress? What does he do? Does he change that? It's a var. Where's the animation for that? Okay. Can I? All right. Now, I would call this weird. Look at the edge of that box. It's totally gone. Is this a simulator? That's alive. Okay. I think we don't reject anything. Word's too short. Okay. Do this again. Oh, can I? I can't do that here. All right. Now this box for this is okay, I guess. Where is the? Oh, I don't have a box in this view. Okay. I'm going to just do the run. I don't think we're getting anything out of this. Why is the grid not centered in landscape mode? I don't know. I think the buttons may be throwing it off, to be honest. The rotate buttons. But I'm not 100% sure. Meaning I have about a 10% of an idea. Okay, so he has his red line. I guess it was just too small to see. And I think the message is out, right? Oh, no, it's there. Okay. Well, that's a little crowded, but they're there. Okay, now let's bring in score view. And hopefully this shows us score view and we know there's some interaction with button. But why the button? Okay, where's the red box is the whole thing, right? Okay. All right, I'm going to try something funny. All right, let's... I'm going to have to substitute game.score in here. Okay, so I kind of inlined it. Let's take this one out again. Well, that border won't hurt. totally not there. Okay. V-stack alignment leading. Let's take out these. But I really don't see the problem. And I can try and take out the V-stack. All right. That's the score. Yeah, the whole left side is wrapped in a V-stack. Everything's in the pink. What the heck? Okay. Maybe, I mean, I'm scraping, but maybe there's an issue with having a V-stack with an alignment inside a V-stack without an alignment or something. Kind of a bug. Okay, I'm taking out the V-stack totally. Okay, what is going on? Maybe I should go back to the preview, but I can't seem to get him to rotate. Nuts. Right now, all we have is this H stack and the other. Okay, I'm going to take out the H stack and the spacers. Okay. All right, now we're going to go the other way. I'm going to leave that out, put the message back in, put the inline version back in. And see if we get... I mean, I don't know. I'm wondering if there's something like if it's taking all the room it can. I wonder if it was trying for more space and screws it up. I don't know. I mean, it feels like a bug in the underlying stuff to me, but maybe I'm doing something funny that's not allowed. All right, now can I get a message? Yes. All right, now let's reverse this. I'll copy and put the score view as a view. But, I mean, like when you start saying, oh, I think it's the system, almost never are you right. It's almost always something you've done. And I mean, people use literally millions of views a day, billions probably, maybe trillions. And for that not to work just seems really unlikely. Okay, but I mean, we're digging out and we're out of time. So I'll get these commented versions out. But I think there's something going on with that top level thing. Now, I don't even know where I left it. Is it... I took out the H stack? Yeah, okay. I took out the H stacks, and it's so big on its own without the spacers. I wonder if the spacers were pushing it somehow, like a minimum size on a spacer, pushing it outside some view boundary or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, we're essentially done for the day. Tomorrow 2 to 4:30 and 7 to 9:30 p.m. UTC. I'm late for another meeting. I'm going to run. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Bye-bye.